this is Jodi. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to make this quick and creative masculine card and also tell you a little bit about my new session of my popular Stamps in the Mail program. So let's get started. This is made with the stamp set called Six-Sided Sampler, and actually on this card there's only two of the stamps that I'm going to use, these two right here, both with smoky slate ink. So I'll set this aside and we can go ahead and get started. The base of the card is smoky slate. It's 8.5 by 5.5, which I will fold right in half to get the base. Then I have a piece that I cut down just a little bit. This is 5.25 inches by 4 inches. And I'm going to scoot some things out of the way here and pull in my Big Shot. And with the Big Shot, I'm going to use the honeycomb embossing folder. So this smaller piece of smoky slate will go right inside the honeycomb folder. And then I'll just stick it between my cutting pads and crank it through. And then when you open this up, you can see the fun pattern. Now when you attach this to the card, you'll notice that there's two different looks. You can do it this way where the lines go up right here, or if you turn it, you have the same pattern, but the lines are debossed. They're raised on this side and then indented on this side. Either way gives a really nice look, so whichever way you want to attach it is just fine. Now when I attach an embossed layer, I do put way more adhesive on than I normally would because there's less surface area that's actually connecting with the cardstock, and I just want to make sure it's going to stick well. So I put more on than you'll see me normally use. So this just gets attached right to the base of the card, so we've got tone on tone with that smoky slate. And then this is a piece of Tangerine Tango. This is 4 inches by 1.5, and I'm going to take my smoky slate ink and this hexagon six-sided stamp. And what I'm going to do is just randomly, overlapping intentionally, stamp this entire piece just to create a little bit of a background on there. So just kind of rotate the stamp as well as the cardstock just to get a little variety in the pattern. While I have my ink open, I'm going to grab my scrap of Whisper White cardstock and take the Thanks Much stamp from the Six-Sided Sampler and just go ahead and stamp that down. And then I'm all set with the ink, so I'll set that aside. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. This goes right onto the embossed layer here, just a little bit higher than center is where I like to put it. And then this piece is a 2.5-inch square from the Kaleidoscope designer paper. This little gray grid is what we want showing. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this square. This is a 1.25 inch, oh, looks like I grabbed a little bit of scrap paper. A 1.25 inch square of Tangerine Tango. And this is going to just go down in the corner of the larger square like this. And then I'm just going to take the 1-inch square punch and the Thanks Much that I stamped a little bit earlier and pop that out. And I will attach this to the Tangerine Tango square with a Stampin' Dimensional. And I do all that first because I want to get the placement of the little brads that I'm going to add. So this is just the paper piercing mat and then my paper piercing tool. And what I want to do is just put a couple of holes in here. Hopefully you can see those. Real tiny little holes. And I intentionally left them small. I didn't push down too hard with the tool because what I'm adding are the silver mini brads, and these are so tiny. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick one in there and then pry the back apart. And same thing with the second one. And then often what I do when I use brads is just set them on a hard surface and just push down hard with my thumb. And you'll feel it just kind of flatten out as you do that. So to attach this focal point to the card, I'm just going to put a Stampin' Dimensional in each corner and we'll be good. So you can see it's a really quick and creative masculine card. And So just turn this over and add that right in the center. So as I said, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my Stamps in the Mail program. This is a program I've been doing for several years. This session will have the focus be on the 6-sided sampler. So all of the cards that we make this session, this 3 months, are all going to be with that. Now, the first month here, April 2014, this will be one of the cards, and I just want to pull in the others so you can get a quick sneak peek at what will be made. So every single month, you get a package from me in the mail, and your package has all of the supplies, the cardstock, the embellishments, everything you need to make one of each of these cards. In your package this first month will not only be the 6-sided sampler, but also the smoky slate ink. That's, if you notice, the only ink that's used on all 4 of these cards. So you'll get the stamp set and the ink pad the first month, as well as your packet to create one of each of these cards with an envelope. In May, it supplies for 4 different cards using the same stamp set. And then again in June, 4 more cards. So every month you pay $40. You get about $30 worth of Stampin' Up! Products, and then all of these consumable supplies all mailed to you. If you would like to join my Stamps in the Mail session, please contact me before the 15th of the month and I'll get you signed up. Thanks so much for watching. For daily creative inspiration, visit my blog or find me on Facebook at Jodi Reinert Stamps.